Hello, hello. I might be a little bit too loud. There we go. I think that's okay. Let me know if the music's too loud or if my microphone's too loud actually for that. In that case. How are you guys doing? Almost Friday, eh? It's been a mission to get to Friday, but here we are. How's everyone doing? 1, 2, testing audio. I'm here with my plan B. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, cool. Great. Okay, so what's the plan today? So I've actually gotten a request. Doing great, that's sick. Good, happy for you, mate. Always good vibes. I've gotten a few suggestions from some Patreon users, actually 2 people. One of the requests is to do this. I have the feeling that it's for me to do it so that person can, to a certain degree, copy it. But, you know, I don't mind. It's an interesting project to tackle. So this is probably like one of the things we could do today. The other one, which I think is a little bit more appealing, perhaps, is this one. Let me see if I can find... There we go. Baltimore, USA. It's this project here. FreeXN. I don't even know what studio that is, to be honest. FreeXN. Let's see who they are. These guys. Okay. Ooh, me gusta. Me gusta. This stadium looks interesting. Do you guys know this studio? Is that Stormtrooper? What on earth? That's hilarious. Okay, this studio is pretty interesting. Yeah, anyway. So I'm between these two. Either this one or this one. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these to my Miro board. Here. For you guys who don't know, we have a Miro board where we post references. So what I'm going to do is copy image. I'm going to post this around here. There you go. I'm going to leave that there. These are 2 references that are going to go on our Miro board, and I think I just replaced that by accident. Nope. Oh god. There we go. I'm going to leave this here. So these are 2 options. This is another one which I started to tackle the other day on my own accord, but I didn't finish it through. This could also be interesting. This is one I saw earlier today. I'm not too certain. If you guys have references, send it my way. This one I did do, so it's actually on the Miro board. If I go over here, I think I left it over here somewhere. Here. This one was a lot more complicated than you'd think. Just because these lines go through the tangent of the inner curve. So it's passing through the tangent. And to force it to go through the tangent is quite tricky. I had to do some parametric gymnastics. What I had to do was create like... So here you can see like two ellipses, right? Exterior one and the interior one. And then if I have a point on the exterior one, to find the tangent, what I had to do is do like a lot of curves and then rotate. So actually no, that's a lie. I did one curve and then rotated it, and the first one to intersect would be the one that's tangent. And that's how I did the calculation for all of these. Yet, and this is the nice little script. So actually on the Miro board, you can actually see the solution to it. Anyway, that was a suggestion we had. There's this sort of design as well, which I personally love, just because the results look so cool. That's also an option. On this, I've been kind of thinking about it this week. This is more or less okay. I mean, I love this sort of thinking. I'm a huge fan of it. But I'm just thinking that perhaps we should try something a little bit trickier. So, that being said, I think we should tackle something like this, perhaps. I don't know what you guys think. Where I would draw like a contour in Rhino and then reference it in Grasshopper and then work from there. Or we could tackle this. So I'm going to set up these 2 options. and then we guys, we can all kind of, don't know, we can kind of vote which one we prefer. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. This I'm not going to concern myself with this week. I'm going to leave it up to these two options here. So 1 on the left, 2 on the right. You guys dictate what we're going to do today, whatever you guys prefer. If there's no votes, I'll just choose. And today I have my cider. Let me know, guys, which one, left or right? One, two. Ooh. 1. Oh, that's interesting. I really thought you guys would go for this one. This one here. Ah, fuck. I don't know. I don't know the logic behind this. How could we achieve this, eh? I have an idea. Could be interesting. Okay, so 1 it is. Okay, so what I'm thinking. Damn, okay, what is this? So let's break this down. Let's break this down. Is there another view of this image? This one perhaps? Okay, so we have like multiple curves and they're just different lengths, right? Huh, that's going to be interesting. Design. Every time I see the word design, it's like these nuts. So I'm thinking we can do some sort of symmetry. Here it's like a triangle, right? Am I correct in assuming it's a triangle, or is it variant in height? No, I think it's all the same height. It just opens up like in a triangle. Yeah. That's cool. Okay, so how do we break this down? This is going to be a weird one. Okay, let's think this through. Let me draw. Let me do some drawing here. So I'm guessing they're like multiple curves. I go like this. Let me change the color. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they scale up a little bit. This is, let me check it out. Oh, newsletters. So the architects are Radar. In Indonesia. Restaurant. It's a restaurant. Okay. Also, it goes up. So it is inclined. Okay, so that actually works in our favor because we can just displace them a certain height and then cut them wherever it has to be cut. That's interesting. Okay, I need a second to think this through because I don't know how to do it. So I'm guessing this line here is parallel to this one. So I'm going to focus on the white part. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we can build the curve ourselves. So, okay, so let's do a line SDL. Let's line SDL. Starting point, which is construct point. The direction is going to be Y, for example. It could be X, but I'm just going to choose Y. The length, I'm going to go for like 30 meters. I think I'm working in meters, I'm not sure. And I need multiple of these. So I'm going to use a series. I'm going to define how many there are. I'm going to say there's going to be 10 for now. We can increase that later. The distance between them in floor plan, we're going to say around 5 units. Starting point is going to be 0. And this is going to be my Y? No, my X actually. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste. This one is going to share the same because I need the amount to be the same. And this one's going to be my Z. So we're going for something like that. Now the step in Z is going to be a lot smaller. Perhaps a meter. So I'm going to give these things names. Height difference. Height variant, for example. This one's going to be number of profiles. I'm just going to call it. And this one is separation between profiles. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we have this, and then what we're going to do is we're going to divide this curve into points so I can do a graph mapping. So I'm just going to divide it into 100, for example. This number isn't too relevant, it's just to reconstruct the curve. I'm going to go to graph map. I'm going to use a simple straight line, so that's going to be actually we could use I mean the reference is straight, right? It goes straight, so let's keep it straight for now. Range. Here this is, let me just test something, because I think divide curve produces one extra point. So here we get panel 600. Oh no, this is wrong. Oh, this is per curve. 600. So if I divide this by 10, 110 is producing one extra curve. Okay, that's good. That means I don't have to do any expressions here in the range. Okay, so here move. Oh no, this is wrong. This is not what I meant. This is to produce the curve that goes up. Okay, I'm totally wrong. Conic. And then I'm going to use a remap. Remap numbers. Bounds. Bang. Bang. I'm going to relay this. My new domain is going to be whatever. Wrong one. This one here. Okay, let's put that there. My minimum height is going to be 1, and then my tallest point is going to be like 10 perhaps. This is something we'll have to test out in a second. Then here move. We're moving everything in the Z direction. This goes here. Oh, wrong one. This goes here. These are my points, which go here. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. And we have that. I think it's the other way around. So I'm just going to invert these two together. No. No, that's wrong also. Do I have to reverse it? Yeah, reverse list. And then I can use an interpolate. Wrong one. Okay, that works. Bang, bang, bang. And then I need to exaggerate this quite a bit more. There we go. Something like that. It's going up. Okay, cool. The inclination's a bit taller in proportion, I think. So height variant should be a little bit bigger, 1.5. And then I'm going to save. Okay, so this is the part where we need to kind of cut it with a form. So what I'm thinking is I need to calculate how many curves I actually have. I need to flatten. And then over here I'm going to use another graph mapper. Range. We're going to have to shatter. We're going to do some evaluate surface stuff here. So here I need to do x minus 1 because here I am producing one extra point. This is my range, so I'm just going to use a sign for now. This music's horrible. Okay. So this goes between 0 and 1. Which is that what we want? I think so, because I guess the idea is to use evaluate curve. and the parameter goes between 0 and 1 because the curve I'm going to reparameterize. So when I reparameterize something, it's like considering, so imagine this curve measures, I don't know, 100 units, right? Or 55 units in length. If I reparameterize, Grasshopper is going to consider it between 0 and 1. So because my values are between 0 and 1 in the graph mapper, it's selecting a point between 0 and 1 here, right? Because if I actually connect a panel here on the graph mapper, you're going to see that all my values go between 0 and 1. And if we're considering this curve like 100%, it's like between 0 and 100%, it's going to select one of those points. So the idea is, the theory, I don't know if I should probably have to graph. Yeah, there we go. You can see I'm selecting those points. Although I don't like it being on 0. I think 0 is too much. So what I need to do is remap this as well, so that I can control the range. So I'm going to quickly do that. Bang. And then here I'm going to use construct domain. This is the one I'm looking for. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Between 0, I don't know. It has to be, oh no, actually it has to be between 0 and 1, but we said that the minimum is like 0.1. Copy paste. My maximum is going to be 0.8. And then these are my new values. And then this way I can ensure that all my values go between these two values here. So it's never going to be touching on the point. It's always going to be in between the two curves. So if I actually reduce the range, you're going to see it's going to become much closer to a line. So I can control the domain. And it's still going to be according to this graph mapper here. Now I have to use a shatter. Shatter uses parameters. I don't have parameters. Ah, bollocks. I can pull those curves to the closest point to a curve. Okay, I'd probably do this. That way I can extract the parameter and connect the parameter here. Curve. This is my curve. Okay, so I'm just going to relay this. Oh, absolutely wrong. Let's try again. Okay, that there. This is my parameter, and I can use the same curve. Okay. Another relay. Cascade. Okay, so here I have the shatter. I might have to graph somewhere. Okay, no, it works. And then I have selected that percentage. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to turn all of this off. And there we go. So I am going to add more profiles. I'm going to reduce the separation a little bit. And the height difference is too much. So I'm going to go for something like this. And you're going to see that I have that. Also, my starting height is pretty high. That's not my starting height. Okay, let's try again. Actually, no, that should be my starting height. That's the range. Okay, so that's going to be defined by my height difference. I'm going to say 0.3 because that's like, actually no, it should probably be even more, 0.2. The height difference between stairs is like 0.7. More or less. And then if we have more profiles, obviously it's going to be that inclination, more or less. Okay, so here what I'm going to do now is we have our geometry, kind of. They have different lengths, right? Yeah. We might want to extend. Okay, let me just exaggerate this a little bit. There you go. Okay, so here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude in the X direction, all more or less by the same length. Right. We want it to overlap. So here it's like, I thought our separation was smaller. Separation. Okay, so this should probably be like 0.32. We want, actually no, we want them to be quite generous. So I'm going to leave them like that, and then this could be like 1. I want it to overlap, right? That's kind of the essence. Like so. See, we have that overlap happening. I guess the overlap should be a little bit bigger. Yeah, more or less. I mean, here it's huge actually. But the thing is, I don't want to copy the script exactly the same. So my overlap, I mean, I guess we could do like 2 meters and then the overlap could be a lot bigger. Right, something like that. Perhaps we want to exaggerate it a little bit more. And then just go like full overlap. Okie dokie. And then here we can, I don't know, we can go on a tangent. Here it goes down. If we want to do that, what we could do is we could extract the curve, the contour. Oh, we can't do that. Deconstruct, brep, extract the edges, join curves. Actually, no, we could probably do brep wireframe. I think that's one of the options. Brep wire frame. The thing is, I don't know if it's a closed curve. I have a feeling it isn't. Nope, it's not a closed curve. Is there another component that you can just extract all the edges? I mean, join curves, this in theory should work. Yeah. And then the idea is to project these curves. Project. Project. And then we can just do a loft between these two. Oh, wrong one. Bang. Bang. And then just make sure this is grafted. I don't think it's necessary, but just in case, it's always better to kind of make sure it works. Here I'm going to loft. Bang. And then we have that. The design in place, and I think it looks pretty cool. I'm just thinking we should probably make a hole here. So deconstruct, wrap, and we can reduce. We can remove one of the faces, which I don't know which one it is, but we can work it out. I'm going to say 0. Actually, we should probably use a panel. Let me turn everything off. Here we go. I don't know what face this is. I should probably do it the other way around. That way I can find it a little bit easier. So let me turn this off. So number 1 is this one. This one we need to keep. This, okay, so we need number 1 and number 3. There we go. Oh, nope. What happened there? What the fudge? What? Excuse me? Okay, so it's not the same order as a list item? Pretty sure it should be. Okay, so here we're removing 1, so 1 is one of them. The other one is 3. It is correct. What on earth? I'm missing faces. Why? Is it because I can't use this? What on earth? Oh, lol. Lol, that's funny. I can't use caps. Okay, so that means... Okay, so essentially what I have to do is... This is correct. but I'm missing what? This extrude. Okay, so I have to kind of rejoin the surfaces. This is technically a brep. So that's a brep. Then also the projection is also another one. Where's my projection? Here. Copy paste. This is my projection. And then what I'm going to do is bring this down, bring this over here, merge. Bring this down. Here I'm going to get rid of this, merge. And I need to merge these three together. Here I'm going to go for join surface. Is that the one? No, what's it called? Brep join. There we go. Turn this off. I need to make sure it's all lined up properly. So graft, graft, graft. I'm also going to simplify. Simplify. Ah, shit. Here I have two. Right, that's the issue. I don't know. Give me a second. Let me just double check. No. And I have this overlap thing going on. That's going to be a problem. The overlap problem. What happens in the original? I guess in the original you don't overlap. Yeah, exactly. You have like an overlapping box. Okay. How can we fix that? What we can do is make sure the box align with this. Okay, so what I have to do here is create an alternative extrusion where the extrusion is the same length as the separation at the beginning. This one here. So, okay, this is going to be a bit tricky. Let me make sure I see where everything is. Okay, so this is this. All of this should go to here. Bang. And then in theory, if I bake this, I'll see that they all line up. They just vary in height. Now it works. Okay, cool. Now, the thing is, it's not connecting this properly because this is two separate elements. So, that's got a solution where I can just do this. And then here, graft, simplify, go here. And then here, in theory, if I bake, it should now be... No, it's not connecting. Why? It's doing some duplicate. Ah, I know why. Because I culled from the original. So what I actually have to do is list item of the ones I need. See, things change. Things change accordingly. Delete this, blah, blah, blah. Turn this off for now. I'm seeing other duplicate stuff. Okay, here we go. So this is the one I need. So this is 0. Correct. And the other one is what? That's what we have to find out. Okay, let's find out. Okay, so 0 and 2, bang, bang, and then if I turn this on and I bake it, I think now it should be yes. Although this bottom one is not linking up, and I don't know why. See, this is the other part I don't know. Okay, so let's go over this. Turn this off. I have the floor, the top, Side panel, side panel. And the brep doesn't work. I mean, I could flatten, but that's kind of cheating. And it's going to merge everything together. Ah, flip-flops. Maybe twist component? Can you explain? I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't have to flatten here. Is it because I'm joining in a certain order that it doesn't work? Could be. Grasshopper sometimes does that sort of thing. 1, 2, yeah, I guess this can go here. So 1, 2, 3. Ooh, here it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe. Let's test it out. Why? Ah, something's happening here. I don't know if it's happening here. It's as if it's not doing it properly. And I think it might have to do with the loft. Let me double check what's happening with the loft. Indeed, it's because the curve is doing this. Okay. Mystery resolved. It's because of, where are you? This. There you go. And if I turn this on now, bang, bang, bang. Yes. Now it's working. Okay, problem solved. So here I have like the floor, and then because we want it to overhang from one another, we have to do the surface separately, which is fine. You know, we have this. Let me drag this towards the end. Like so. Okay, so we have 1, and then we have 2. Now here we can decide what to do. I was thinking of just doing an offset brep. Oh, wrong one. I want it to go inwards. So here I'm going to make sure it's solid. Distance inwards. It might be the other way around, I'm not sure yet, but we can find out in a second. I'm going to save before anything. Let it load. Oh god. Good idea I saved. Let it load. Oh god, come on. Hello sir. What are we building? The future. This project here, it's not exactly the same, but the idea behind it, this here, we have like different lengths. Oh god, please, no, please, think about the children. Think about the children. Damn it. Yeah. Ooh, that's cool. Simple, but nice. Walter, it was between this, so it was between these two designs. Everyone voted numero uno. I think I fudged this. Ayuda, por favor. Should I just open it up again? I did save beforehand, so yeah. Let me open it up again. There's a little twist. Where is this twist? I don't think it twists. It feels like it twists. I might be completely wrong though. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think it's twisting. I think it just goes down straight. Like in section, it's straight. Oh, you get a floor plan. Nice one. Don't care about the recovery. Blah blah blah. All these errors. I bloody hate with a passion. Ignore, por supuesto. So it gives me an error when I use the offset, and I think it might be because of this. Either way, I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to leave that for later. Here, positive. I'm thinking the extrusion should probably be in the other direction. So let me just quickly modify this. Bang. Bang. Yep. Goes downwards, and there's a slight variation in height. You're probably thinking, it should be straight. It should be straight. And yes, you're right. It should be straight. But guess what? I don't care. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. How could we do the straight thing? Let's see. Let's think. Here I have this. What happens if I extend? Extend curve. You know, just out of curiosity. If I do this. No. 0. Okay, I don't know what's happening there. Ah, it extends in both directions. Why is that happening then? Oh, because I have 2 segments. Silly me. Okay, so that's not what I want. This is just going to extend in that direction. Oh, that's bloody annoying. The thing is, I want it to be a smooth transition. So I would have to rebuild the curve, which is a bit of a nightmare. Which we can do. So here I guess what we can do is end points. Find the external one, which is this one. And then we can SDL direction is Y positive, and then we can make sure it all has a constant length, and then we just have to rebuild everything again. So actually, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to disconnect this for now. There we go. Merge. Merge. Keep using the wrong bloody merge, which is annoying. This one here, I'm going to merge this bad boy with this bad boy. Then I'm going to graft, graft, simplify, simplify just in case. Join curves. Gives me this. And you know, the transition really isn't that smooth. So there's probably 2 ways we can fix this. We can use a fillet, I think. I'm not certain, to be quite frank. And then just make the radius like really big. Although here this is really ugly. What we can do is we can rebuild it. Is there like a rebuild curve? Oh, there we go. I guess it subdivides it into parts and then rebuilds it from there. So, let's give it a shot. Here, is it smoother? Yes. There we go. The fewer points you have, the better. Degree. Yeah, I guess that works. I mean, the other alternative is to play with the curve in a way so that the transition isn't that hard. You get this sort of thing, which also works, I guess. I'm just thinking that the length perhaps should be a little shorter if we're going to extend that much, or the height perhaps should be taller. I don't know, one or the other. Yeah, the thing is, I don't like this. Rebuild to the rescue. Yeah, somewhat to a certain degree. Yeah, it's just not. I don't know. I don't like you lose the verticality effect. So it might just have to be straight. Oh no, it varies because. Oh wait, there's something I'm not taking into account. You can't... what? Give me a sec. I think I've not taken something into account. Here... it's always... oh, shoot. It's always going up. How did we do it before? We had this, right? Let me just backtrack a little bit because I think I'm losing the essence. I mean, we didn't notice it because it's like that. But it does go up and down. Oh, that's annoying. How do you achieve it? Like, I think the logic has to be different. I mean, I like this alternative, to be honest, a bit more, but I feel like it's cheating a little bit. What I'm thinking is that here in the beginning, perhaps this one controls the height. I don't think we need this. It starts off all the same height, and then here with the curve, I need to do something before here to establish the height. This I'm gonna just kind of leave on standby for now. This is what I need. I need to put the bottom point of each one of these curves on the floor. So let me identify which one is the bottom. I'm guessing it's this one. Move to point. Move to point. I guess I would have to project. I don't know if this is like the long... there's probably a much better way to do this. But because we saw this towards like the middle, not good. So I'm moving it from here to here, and I'm moving this geometry. So by doing this, I'm making sure that everything is starting on 0. But then I have to project all these points somewhere as well. Yeah, there just has to be a much better way to do this. So let me backtrack as well again. That's actually really interesting. Okay, I think I know how to do it. Okay, I think I'm not 100% certain. So I don't actually, this is like the scruffy way to do it, right? I guess the best way to do it is to vary the length here. So, oh shit, the thing is I don't want to do it from the start. Okay, let me work this problem. Divide and conquer, I guess. Let me just copy and paste this. Oh, what happened here? Bring this over here. This is going to go here. These are this. Okay, that's good. I can use the map to scale. So instead of displacing, I can use this to scale this. So I can, how many curves do I have? This is the amount of curves I have. I'm gonna expression this, x minus 1. Okay, that works. Here, this has to go between 0 and 1. And I need this to be like 0.1. And this has to be like 1, I think is okay. Scale. These are my values. The center is going to be my starting point, which is this point here. And this is going to be my geometry. And if I turn this off, I should be able to see that. Okay, good. Okay, so I have that. And this is going to be my contour. So I need this to be the sine. Bang. And in fact, actually, I can do this. Because that's irrelevant. Yes. And then here, there must be a clever way to do. I have an idea. I just don't know how to. I don't know how the branch works. It's going to be interessante. Let's try this out. Okay, I'm going to bring this down here. Oh, wrong one. Bring this down here. Okay, bring this down. Okay, cool. We have the scale. The biggest height is going to be this times this addition. Okay, so I'm going to use an expression, which is x times y plus z. Z is going to be my margin. X times y, and I'm going to set this on to. This is going to be my maximum height. Maximum height. Okay. This is my maximum height. Okay. And then I divide curve. I'm doing some simultaneous stuff. And then here I'm just going to use the graph. Okay, I think this is going to work. Graph mapper, blah, blah, range, steps is going to be this value here. Range. I'm going to use conic. Or, no, yeah, conic. I think it's going to make more sense. Bang. Move. Z. This I need to remap. I need to establish the maximum, and the maximum is going to be variant. That's where this is where the tricky part comes in. Okay, maximum numbers. This is going to be per each one. Construct domain. Construct domain. Okay, I might go silent for a second because I need to work this out mentally. Construct domain, where my domain starts at 0. 0 start, and then my maximum is going to vary. It's going to vary. X times y. This is the maximum height, but I need to remove the height of each one. So that means subtraction between my maximum and this, and it should give me the same amount of 48. Here I have 35. Why do I have 48 here? What the fudge? List length. Let me just check something. Lol. Yeah, that makes sense. And then here I have 48 series. Oh, lol, because my count is this, silly me. Counting the wrong one. Okay, this is good. This makes sense. This is going to be my domain for each point, for each curve, I mean. This is the part I don't know if it makes sense or not. God damn it. Length, height, blah blah blah. Domain, it should vary. I'm not sure why that's happening. Okay, so something's not working here. Construct domain. It might be because I'm reversing something. Is that why? No. I don't know. I don't know. Je ne sais pas. Do I have to graph this as well? Haha, yes. No, no, no. Alright, let me think. Shit. Any ideas? Here I have a series of maximums that I need to achieve. So the target may be reversed. No, it can't be reversed because then that's wrong. This is by how much? 7x plus x times y. The maximum height is going to be these two multiplied. That's the maximum height, which is going to be this one here. But then I want it to be a little bit higher. If I do... Okay, so I'm going to explain my logic, and you guys tell me if it makes sense. I mean, there's another way to do it, but I'm not a huge fan of that way. Here I'm thinking that this one here is maximum height, right? This is minimum, because that's where it starts, which is 0. So this is between... My maximum is x times y, because it's like the difference between each one, right? Where it's x times by n, I guess, if you don't want to call it y. So it's x times y, and then here I'm adding a little bit more. I'm saying z. And then essentially what I need to do is calculate these height differences for each one. So to calculate that, you're doing the maximum height minus this. It's a bit tricky to understand. It's hard. It's very hard. Is this flat? It's not flat, is it? Okay. Scaled. This has nothing to do with it. This is my height. Perhaps it's not. It's not this. But perhaps I need to sort it. I can sort the list by smallest to biggest. And then I can choose to do list item and then go backwards. And then here it should be like 16 point something. And then here this should be my biggest value. 16 point something is my biggest value. 16.45, correct. So instead of x times y, I can just say x minus y. X minus y, where I don't have z anymore, I have y, and my y is this value over here. Bang. So it's the same thing, but I'm just reducing the expression to a more simpler form here. Okay. Any ideas? Domain. I have these values. Okay, let me check something. Panel. I think I may have to flip matrix somewhere. No. Oh, here it's not grafting. Okay, so path mapper. This might be the reason, I don't know. As is a very common theme in Grasshopper. You have no idea why things are happening until you find out somehow. Okay, so it's not A. Might be B. No, it's not B either. How many points do I have per group? I have divide curve somewhere, right? Which is this one. I'm going to say 5. I'm going to simplify. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have an extra point. Okay, that's okay because I'm compensating here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, okay, so it's not B. Is it A from before? If it's A, no, it's not A either. Is it C? No, it's not C. Could it be D? No, it's not D either. Okay, so that's very annoying. Graft. Let me remove all of this. There we go, 5. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, to be quite frank. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think of another way to do it because I don't actually know. Do you guys have any nice ideas that we could probably work with? The thing is, I want to calculate the maximum height they bend to. So it's just tricky, innit? Endpoint. Like the other way I was thinking is like if I create a plane using this calculation from before, right, where I do a construct point, I can use this as Z, and then my plane is going to be somewhere around here. Oh, it's going negative. Why is it going negative? Oh, is that why it was not working? Okay, let me backtrack. I might have found out why. What happened here? No, it's still not it. Still not it. God damn it. Wait, everybody hold up. You bastard. I think this might be it. X times Y. Ooh, biggest. What on earth? What the hell? What the helly? There we go. Something's happening there. Yeah, this is a tough one, man. This is a very tricky one. Very, very, very tricky one. It's one of those that I'm going to have to fight with afterwards. Yeah, I'm just going to have to do it the other way, and that's fine. It might make a little bit more sense to do it the other way. Okay, so the other way was to do this. Construct point where this is Z and this is XY plane. And then the idea is I have this plane, I have these points. See, I don't even know how to do it like this. Yeah, I'm a bit stuffed on this one, to be honest. This is this remap. Why am I remapping? I can measure the length. Okay, so endpoints. This is the reality of scripting, guys. Things do not work out when you're doing things live. So, if you're still here, you're a legend. Project. I'm doing this. Plane geometry. Actually, no, it should be the other one. Project point. Direction Z. Geometry. So that's going to be the height. Distance between this and this. Construct domain. I mean, this was the idea, but I don't know if this is going to work either, to be honest. Same shit. I think the error might be here on grafting. That's pretty bloody annoying. Ideas. I have ideas. Why isn't this working? Divide curve, point, blah blah blah. Correct. Oh. Now why isn't this working if it was working before? What? See, now this isn't working. Now this is something I don't understand. Why is this not working? What? Oh, God's sake. I have multiple points, correct. Simplify just in case. I have multiple points. Let's check what's happening in the panel. Yes, they're in groups. Correct, that's correct. Here I should have matching points. Which means I have to graft the top and... Is that why? No, that doesn't make any sense. That does not make any sense. I'm grafting this with this. Okay, let me check what on earth is happening here. Yes, okay, that's correct. This is units. And then here I have groups of 5. That's correct. Ah, okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, that makes more sense. This is, I'm trying to see if I can resolve this. Ah. Now you decide to work, you bastard. Now it works. Okay, well, we got there in the end. Okay. Promising. There we go. Fuck me, that was a lot more difficult than I anticipated. Okay, interpolate. This goes there. And now we have it. Okay, there we go. There we go. And then here we could do the thing we proposed earlier. I think this is probably the other way around, right? Where these two go the other way around. So give me a sec. Let me just fix this very briefly. There we go. There we go. Okay. Si je suis perfument into... I don't know. I can't speak French, man. I am sweating in a good way. I mean, I love this process of messing up and then having to fix it, because that's where you learn quite a bit. But you know, doing this live is absolutely horrible. I feel like I should probably fake the streams. I should probably just fake it and then pretend like I'm doing something for the first time. But you know, it's not the reality of things, is it? Anyway, I don't know if I should rebuild this curve. I don't like the way it interacts. But you know what we could do is we could rebuild it ourselves in a nice clean way, and we could rebuild it with like 3 points, and then interpolate that, I guess. So here I can do join curves, like so. Divide curve in. I guess you would have to divide it in 2. That way you get 3 points, and then interpolate those points, and then you get like a smoother outcome. Oh, but I don't like this bridge, this going up. Yeah, I guess the only way you could do it is doing it like this. You know, although it looks horrible, but it's like, it's the only logical way to do it. You know what I mean? It's kind of the only way it makes sense. I mean, you can work so that it looks a little bit more fluid. But it's the only way it can make sense. I mean, the other thing you can do is probably extend it a little bit more, and the more you extend it, the smoother it's going to be, I guess. Kind of. Although if you divide into more points, you can get more precision, maybe. I don't know. If you make this a little bit bigger, yeah. You can still get that sort of cleanliness. It's just you're smoothing it out a little bit. Yeah, I guess. And then here you're also getting like the zigzaggy effect, which can be interesting. Okay, I'm going to roll with this. And then here, I'm just going to copy this. Copy paste. How was this connected to? X. Yeah, what was this connected to? Separation between profiles. Okay. So this was connected to separation between profiles, which is not this one, but this one. And then we're going to get all of this back. And then this was connected to the curves. I should probably save. Good. Bang. Okay. And then we had this as well. There we go. And that makes a lot more sense. Okay, we got there at the end. And then here, I guess, what you would do is kind of separate it from where it was at the beginning. So that means here in Y, I'm going to separate it a little bit. I'm going to say 2, a little bit more. And then what you would do here is just mirror. I'm not going to do this here. Mirror on the XZ plane. And this. And then you want to do the same for this object here. And voila. Now, what I'm thinking is that I don't like this sine wave too much, to be honest. And then the number of profiles, I'm going to increment it. So I want it to be more elongated. And we should have something like that. There you go. Here there's something happening, but that's because of this graph here. There you go. And there is a minimum height problem here, so the starting height should be taller here. Oh, that might be a bit excessive. There you go. It's the rebuild that's going to be the issue. Yeah, it might be an issue. It's just because the height difference is so big. But I guess it works. Je suis perdu. Yeah, so am I. I'm also very lost. Kind of. I keep... Dios mío. Mon Dieu. Okay, here we go. Let's do that. Okay, cool. Let me just delete this one. I've duplicated it. There we go. Let me put this is shaded. Yeah, this is bugging me the hell out. Yeah, I don't know if I prefer it without this part here. Where are you? Yeah, I think it's more sincere. And the transitions are a little bit better in the curve itself, although where they meet isn't so clean. But you know what? It works. So essentially what's happening is that these ones are straight, like they're completely horizontal, and they're separated the same distance as a step. So you can actually go up these stairs. That's the whole idea of it. And then what I'm also thinking is that I should probably go up here a little bit. Let me quickly add that in. This is what, my curve? No, this isn't. Oh shit. Turn this off. Here. This curve. Yeah, I'm not going to include this. It just doesn't make sense. Here. This is the extension. Endpoints. Endpoints move. No, SDL. Oh, wrong one. SDL. There we go. Z. Length. Typical railing is about 1.1, 1.2. We might want it to be a little bit bigger. Like that. I'm going to graft and simplify this, and then this goes there. Okay. There we go. Oh. Oh, it's because it's overlapping. And this is the top one. Ooh, something's happened here. What's happening here? Okay. There's something we need to take into account, which is this. This is going to be slightly different. Oh shit. Join curves. This one goes here, here, here. I still have the error. Why I have error? Okay, let me check. Here it's open. Is it selecting the wrong one? Yes, it is. It's because, oh, it's the same issue as before, isn't it? It's because of this. It's because of how the loft is perceived. Extrusion. Oh, because it's two parts. Ah, bollocks. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. There we go. I'm going to do that instead. And here I just need to figure out which one's which. So, this is the one we actually need to cull. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay. Man, I don't know how I'm navigating this script, but yes, there we go. Now that makes more sense. Okay. Ugh. A lot going on. Voilà. C'est très bien. There we go. There we go. Oh my god, that was weird. Then here, I don't know if to do the bridge thing here. I don't know if it's too much. I mean, leaving it open is interesting. It is interesting. It's just, you know, how real is it to leave it open there? It's like, should I bring it down? Maybe. If I bring this down, does it make more sense? I mean, of course it makes more sense, but do I want to? I don't know. I feel like there has to be some sort of support at the top. If I do if I bridge these twos, it needs pillars or something. Would I do pillars in the middle? I guess you would have to. Or if I just do pillars here and then leave a space in the middle. Do I leave like a gap in the middle? Does that make sense? What do you guys think? I could do pillars in the middle and then that would resolve the issue. Or I could do some sort of structure here, bring it down. Yeah, I mean, it could be interesting. Alright, I'm almost done. Almost done. So over here, this is this. And then if I bring this down, no, that's not what I'm looking for. This is doing nothing. This is interesting. And then I bring this down. I have the endpoints somewhere over here. Okay, project. And hopefully this is the end. This is the end. Crazy. Oh, not mirror. That was silly. Project. Okay. Panel. Let me just, I'm almost done, guys. I'll understand fully if you guys leave. Okay, so that does work. Craft. See, I've gone into silent mode just because I'm flipping concentrated. Okay, so that works. Something strange happening though. It's this subdivision I don't need. If I bake this, am I getting different? No, it's because I'm flattening. That's why. Okay, that works. And then okay, almost done. Offset curve. I'm going to bring this out here because it's a lot going on. Offset curve. Oh shoot. Am I negative? Negative 0 to 1, whatever this is. Is it offsetting inwards? I need to make sure it is. Yes. And then I'm going to do dispatch. Solid difference between this and this. Okay, turn this off. Surface. Okay, I think I've got this. Yeah, this script is pretty big, to be honest. I think I've got this. I think. Extrude edge. Oh my god, this is bloody heavy. Oh, so annoying. There we go. Somewhat resolved in the middle. Better than just leaving it levitating. Okay, I think we're finally done. Fuck. Okay, so I'm gonna graft. I'm gonna bake rather. I need to clean the script afterwards, but I think more or less it's pretty well orientated. This is the reality of every bloody script I do. There you go. Put some people walking up the steps. I mean, what I would have to do is to offset. I don't know if it will work. I'm just going to save before I do it. And then steps is this. I mean, it should work. It shouldn't be too difficult. And I'm going to do it before the mirror. Solid. I'm going to say 50, 30. Save. And pray this works. Yes. This is número 2. There we go. And we have our thicknesses. There we go. Oh, wow, that was tiresome. Yeah, I mean, we got there. We got there in the bloody end, but bloody hell, that was more difficult than I had hoped. But hey, it worked. I think here the issue is I'm extruding in the wrong direction. Wrong direction is... Why is it in the wrong direction? Extrusion X negative. I think it's because of this. Yeah. Okay, that's resolved too. And then here in theory, I should be able to offset Brep a lot easier than before. Toggle. Thing is, I think it might have to go inwards. That's the only thing I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. Let me save. Oh, not bueno. Yeah. Is it extruding inwards? That's the question. Is it extruding inwards? No, it's extruding outwards. Can I make it go inwards? Negative. Save. Yes, I can. Okay, good. Bloody hell, what a mission today, man. What a mission. Cool, alright. Well, that's done. I'm done. I'm tired. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, I mean, there we go. There we bloody go. My god, that was much more difficult than I hoped. But hey. Huh. Yeah, it's an interesting one. No, I think I like it more like that. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I like some aspects. I mean, I think this probably should be a little bit more exaggerated, but overall pretty good. And it makes sense. Like, it makes sense. Muy bien hecho. Veo español aquí. Ole. Oh. Oh. No. Like, there's so many things you could do to this. Sorry guys, this is me going on a tangent, just completely different. I just want to do a quick test of something that's might be very interesting. I have this. I have this. If I loft all of these curves together, flatten, and then I do this, project. I just want to see if the truce thing works here. Is this projecting all of my curves? Yes. Copy paste. This goes here. Oh shit, wrong one. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting, actually. Is it worth doing? I'm not too sure. I mean, it could be interesting. Could it be interesting? I don't know. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. That's so weird. Such a foreign thing. Such a foreign thing. A ver. A ver, a ver, a ver, a ver. Overhanging, but I think that's because of the radius. Yeah, it would have to be like that. That's really weird. It's like a shoe. Stairway to hell. Yeah, it's interesting. It's just one of those weird, interesting designs that can be taken in a lot of directions. Anyway, I think the renders are going to look interesting here. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think about this version, to be honest. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for joining. It's been a roller coaster of sentiments. Hopefully you guys somewhat enjoy it. It's just really interesting. It's weird. It's bloody weird. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much for joining, guys. I will definitely see you all in the next one. Next one is just I'm gonna see if I can meditate the designs before we do the streams, and then I can have like a clearer idea on how to do it, and I think that'll be a little bit more interesting. But yeah, either way, this was fun. If not for you, for me. Yeah, it's interesting. I like these gaps. Yeah. Alright guys, anyway, thank you so much for joining. This was an interesting one for sure. Oh, I think I just did something I shouldn't have done. Mother trucker. Load. Please load. Looks bloody weird. Oh man, I need to learn French. I need to learn French so bad. Cool guys, have a great one. I'll be speaking to you very soon. If you need anything, just send me a DM. Whatever, I'm around. See you all very, very, very soon. Alright guys, have a great one. Have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining. Bye. Bye guys, bye.